Hi, I'm Chloe from Brit+Co. Thank you so much for chatting with me. How are you?
Hi, Chloe. I'm pretty good. How's it going? Where are you from?
I am based in New York City, so I'm
Me
very
too.
excited to chat all things New York and all things Only Murders. I love this show, so congratulations first.
Thank you. I love this show too.
Yes. And okay, so we're on our fifth season. We're on our fifth murder. At what
hmm
point is Howard like moving out of this building?
Howard is there to stay. There is no way Howard is moving out of that building. He will be there for, you're gonna have to drag his dead body out of the building. There is no way he's moving. He loves being part of it. And now more than ever, he feels like he's part of the fabric of the building. He's
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Absolutely. I was thinking about it too, and I was like, honestly, going through something with a group of people and like sticking it out is the most New York thing I can think of.
I
So I
know.
love that aspect of the show too.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing that I love about TV in general, I am a huge like opening credits fan. I just love like
Mhm.
processing what I'm seeing in the opening credits. How does it feel to be Bunny's replacement walking in front of the Arconia? I'm pretty sure it's Howard.
Yeah, oh, it's Howard. It's like a
Yeah.
sort of thinner version of me, which I appreciate. But it is Howard. It is. It was so exciting when our showrunner John Hoffman, at the end of season three, was like, I want to tell you something, but maybe I shouldn't. Well, I don't know. We might have you be the cartoon in the beginning. And I was like, what? And I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It was already so cool to have a mural painting of myself in Mabel's apartment. But to be the cartoon in the opening credits is so fun. And then the fact that what I'm walking gets to change all the time, that's pretty
Yeah.
exciting too.
Yes, I know. I love keeping track of like all the details of that. That's so fun. And the show is as funny as ever. I was laughing out loud at some of the new scenes this season. What is
Yeah.
it like in between takes on set? I can just imagine how much energy there is when you're not, like continuing that energy when you're not filming. I would love to hear about it from like an
Yeah.
internal perspective.
It's a very vibrant set. It's a very easy set to be on, if that makes sense. Like it's
Mhm.
just a pleasant job to go to. It's nice to go to work. It's the hours are not insane. They're very efficient. We work really hard. We're not there for 16 hours a day, but for the however many hours we're there, we're working hard. We're having a lot of fun. There is a lot of laughing, but usually not during takes. Sometimes you get the giggles. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of fun play.
Yes. Is there like, can you kind of talk about the balance of improv? I know you mentioned kind of giggling a little bit. What is that like when you're in scenes with like Selena and Martin and Steve, how that kind of conversation goes in terms of the script and things like that?
As far as improv goes,
Mhm.
we stick to the script because the writers are so good, and we'll do a rehearsal. And if something sort of doesn't feel right, we'll talk to the writer and we'll talk to John Hoffman, our showrunner, who's always
Sure.
there, and he'll talk to the writer. Maybe they'll come up with some alts, but generally, we're doing what's scripted because the writing is so strong.
Yeah.
And then every now and then you get a fun take, like a playful take, where a freedom take, I guess you would call it, where you can add a thing here or there. But normally, if I have an idea, I'll never do it just out of the blue because I don't want to mess anybody up or waste a take.
Sure.
So I tend to ask before. I'm very conscientious that way.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love that you use the word vibrant because that is a word that I have in my notes, thinking
hmm
about the sets and the costumes and just like the tangible texture that I see on screen as a
Yeah.
viewer. How does that practical element also add to the energy on set? I just because there's just so much color.
Well, there's always so much to look at. And the
Yeah.
cool thing is, like, when we're not filming, our green room usually is one of those sets. So you get to like hang out in Charles's living room during this while you're waiting to film a scene. So you get to like look at all that beautiful art and play his wonderful backgammon set and sit on his gorgeous couch. So it always feels kind of fun to be there. You're never sitting in a cold, white room. There's always color and texture, like you said, and stuff to look at.
Yeah.
It's I love the colors in the show. It's our production design team, our costume designers, they're incredible.
Yes. And y'all film in New York.
Mhm.
What is like a crazy story, if you can think of one, of just like being in the middle of the city? And I don't know if y'all interact with people at all. I would just love to hear about that as well.
It's always interesting when we film at the building, the actual building that is the Arconia, the Belnord is the name of the building. Because we will be filming in a courtyard. That's where we filmed Marty's wedding, or Oliver's wedding. That's where Lester died. There's a lot of things that happen in that courtyard, and that courtyard has a lot of windows, looking down into
Yeah.
it. So you're always a little bit worried about spoilers. You're always a little worried about like people taking pictures and leaking storyline. But I think there's nothing better than filming in New York City and like being for me because I live there.
Yeah.
I love filming in LA too. Let me say that, and anywhere. I would love to film anywhere. Okay, but the thing about filming in New York City is there's no way you can get away from people. It's very vibrant, as we just said before, and it amps up the energy because you're constantly have an audience really. Like
Yeah.
you could be doing a tiny quiet scene across the street, there are 500 people watching you do it. So that's always interesting and a good challenge.
Yes.
Yeah,
And final question.
sure.
Obviously, no spoilers, but can you kind of summarize or give a couple words of like your reaction to finding out the murderer this season, or kind of what fans can expect as we move through the season?
Yeah, I could say my reaction to the finale was, oh wow,
Yeah,
this is so much. It's such a puzzle, and there's so many pieces of this puzzle, and the way they stick the landing, I think, is really incredible. I think that our writers reinvent the world and up the ante every season, and this is no exception.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. Howard is one of my favorite characters, and
Oh, thanks.
hopefully, I know we said that he's there to stay in the building. Hopefully, we don't see his body dragged out too
Well,
soon.
I said you'd have to drag him out of the building. I didn't say he's there forever. Well, he'll try to be. He'll try to
Yes.
be. Um,
Amazing.
Amazing meeting you. Thank you for talking with me.
Yes, have such a good rest of your day.
You too.